This is a week in my life as a full-time embroidery artist.
I am here. It is Monday Fun Day, and I have today off. I do not work, and I am incredibly glad for that. I need to rest. Today will be mostly just a little bit of like goofing around, just a little bit though. I need to replace this box. This is a box that houses the bandanas that I sell and stitch on. Okay. I don't know why I thought I could just bring it over here and show you guys, but anyways, I need to replace that box. It is completely broken. And it wasn't really that great of quality in the first place. I'm gonna replace it because it is quite literally a very essential part of my setup. People really like to get those bandanas stitched, so I think we're gonna do that. Normally, I would try my very hardest to wake up and make every single day that I have home be efficient. Working from home, I need to have everything locked in. But I normally don't have Mondays off, and I honestly need the refresh. I got some little chalkboard things. Like I said, I love to refresh my signage. And this says on the back of it, I have another one of these, and I've never read this part of it. It says, season the chalkboard prior to use. I did not know that. So we're gonna season the chalkboard. Use the side of the white chalk to rub the entire board vertically. Repeat horizontally. Wipe clean with a dry or damp cloth. And I did that, and it didn't do anything. So I don't really know what it's supposed to do. But I got this, and I got this one, and I also got this one. It's like slightly bigger than this one. And I also have one that's bigger than this one. So I'm all set. I also bought these clips, and you might be wondering, Kelsey, what do you need these for? Huh? Well, I bought them because number one, they're cute. And they're supposed to be for like towels, like on your chair. But look how wide he opens up. I'm thinking, there's a lot of times when it's windy outside and I need a clamp of some sort to clamp down my stuff so it doesn't blow away when I'm doing a market. And I think these guys are gonna help me. Okay? Maybe don't talk to me. I don't know, okay? I just needed it. And I also bought this. The one that I have for my bandanas now, this is the portion of it, but it has like a little chalkboard front section. This doesn't have that, but I have chalkboard paint. So I think I'm gonna paint it. Trying to push myself this year to not necessarily learn how to draw, because I think that the foundation of drawing is in my mind. It's just more like putting it on paper. The lady who ordered that apron from me that I made a couple videos back, and she wanted a memorial patch for her pet. And I have never done a pet portrait. That is something that people do, like in the chain stitch world, but I had just never tackled something big like that, and I had no idea how to approach it. So I just told her, hey, this is something that I've never done before. I would totally be down to try it because I've had other people ask and, you know, I need to do it at some point. But I'm just being honest with you. I've never done it. I have no idea where to even start. So give me some time and I'll circle back and let you know an update as far as, you know, what's going on. I thought about it a lot. I consulted some chain stitch Facebook groups that I'm in to try to get some more information if anybody had done one before and what they do as like their process. And I combined all of my information and I ordered some thread that is specific to the color of her kitty cat, and I think that I'm ready to tackle it. This is what I've got so far, and I have never done one of these. Reminder, okay? And this is her kitty, and I wasn't sure how to go about mapping out these colors, so I took the picture that she sent me and I picked my favorite one that I thought would work well, and I ran it through kind of like a cross stitch pattern website where it basically takes the image and breaks it up into little tiny squares of color so that I could get a better idea of like how exactly to break it up. But you can see I did one that was just this is just like black and white to show the shadows. That is also something that I'm not incredibly great at. I know that that's like the number one thing, you know, artists' shadows is like a very hard concept to grasp. Maybe it's not. I just said that out of my butt, but this is just to show the lights and the darks, and then this is another image that I ran through that has a bit more specifics of the colors. But I thought if I took this image and I kind of like mapped out where the colors would be and like the lights and the darks and, you know, the eyes, like just like a general outline plus the mapping of the color. And I feel like this makes sense to me, and I think I can do something with this.
As you can probably already tell, I did not end up working on that patch. I was a little afraid, so I decided to do something that was a bit less daunting. This is a flash sheet that I'm making for a private event that I'm doing, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty similar to my other flash. It just has a few other things that the planners wanted to put on there, so I'm doing that. But after this, pretty much just went to bed. Turbo. I wanted to give you guys a little update. I don't feel very good, so I've just been kind of chillaxing. I did make some things, some chain stitch things, but I'm just gonna give you guys a little update. So I'm supposed to be doing that pet portrait, and I was kind of so scared to do anything. Like, I just don't even, like, something like this is just something like I've never done before, and I don't really know how to create shadows. I'm very, very bad at the whole perspective and shadows. I don't know how to draw, and I'm learning a lot. So I was like, okay, well, how can I make this more fun and less intimidating? So instead of trying to tackle the cat that is all the correct colors, how about I do something very extreme, like blue, to very precisely indicate the shadows. and the lights and the darks. And also just a little bit of practice to kind of get the shape down and see what I like and what works. And this is what I landed on. This, honestly, like, I don't know how anybody else feels about this because I'm just home alone right now, but I really like this. And it kind of does look like the cat. And I feel like I don't want to keep this, obviously, because this cat is no longer alive. She has passed. So that feels kind of weird to just keep keep this patch in memoriam, but for a cat that's not mine. But I think that this turned out pretty cool. This makes me excited for the real thing. So I'm glad that I did this. These are some flash sheets that I was working on. This first one is for a private event that I'm doing, and it's for, it's like a auction for like a school that's locals to my area. So I did this. It's not necessarily very far off from my normal flash sheet. It's got a lot of the same stuff on it, but it's just something a bit more personal, and it's easy to do, and she requested it, so she requested Western, so that was the theme. But this is another flash sheet. I got some inquiries via email from 2 different people who wanted me to do private events. And one of the people that reached out to me wanted a very small event, you know, about like 30 to 50 people, and not a lot, very intimate. They wanted a flash sheet. So I gave them my normal flash sheet. This is my normal flash sheet. It's, I think I've shown this on here before, but 25 for one color, 35 for 2. This is a very simple sheet. This has a lot of designs on it, but I wanted to make a sheet that illustrated that you could use, you know, a very limited color palette to obtain some of these designs. And some of them are just stuff that I think I can do just as quickly as I could chain stitch a name, if that makes sense. Like, some of these things are, you know, don't require a ton of lines, and I can do them all in one singular pass. So I made this one up, and I think that this will be a good tool for me to use. I just felt like making one that was a bit simpler and ended up making this. I got something a bit sturdier, and honestly this is way sturdier than the other one that I had, but I just did the chalkboard letters on here, or I guess chalk paint with chalk paint markers. Anyways, I love doing stuff like this. I love letters, and I love making letters look cool. I just love it. I also had a sandwich board sign that I was updating pretty frequently, and I stopped doing it as much. I don't know why, but there was a point in time where I got really into making those signs, and it was very, very fun to do the chalkboard stuff. The very last thing for my coworker, or I guess I don't really work there very much anymore, but so a friend from work that I know wanted to get a banner. He's a tattoo artist, and this is the color palette that he wants. Probably brown for the letters and then pink for the eyes. I also did some more signage things. I got these little clip-on signs from Amazon. Sorry. I got them from Amazon, and they have 2 sides. I wanted some kind of like sort of acting like dividers in between my stuff so that I could have one section for pre-chain stitched items and one section for blank items to customize. Clip them on the clothing rack. I didn't buy them for that, but I bought them to like clip a tablecloth to a table, but this also works as a dividing. I think that this is very fun, and they're so cute. I want to put them on my wrists and wear them like bracelets. Wow, that's incredibly strong. Look at that. Yeah, it's lobster o'clock.
While I am waiting to go to the dentist, I am making patches. I'm making this patch, and I'm also making this patch. I got this jumpsuit off eBay, and I thought that it was gonna fit me. It does not fit me, okay? I'm thinking this patch on the back of it. I'm coming clean right now, okay? I have decided to put a patch over the back because I was stitching this image directly onto the fabric, and let's just say I ripped a few holes in it. Sometimes, especially with my machine, she's very intense. She can damage fabric very quickly and incredibly efficiently. We're gonna solve my problem. Today, I guess, is about being vulnerable.
I worked on this patch until I had to go to the dentist. They did a little scan of my teeth and I thought that it was cute. I will not be sharing any of the news that I got at the dentist because I don't like the dentist. And instead of talking about going to the dentist, we are going to come back home and work on this patch, okay? I am obsessed with this patch. I'm so glad that I decided to make it on the day that I went to the dentist because it just brightened my day. This is Mr. Terry Sunshine. Yes, he has a name. He is a patch that can be put on anything. You could put him on a pillow. You could put him on a jacket. You could even put him on your wall or on like a tote bag. He would look so cute on a tote bag. The next day, I made sure to get a little bit more work done on some commissions that I have. I have a unidentified timeline for these, but I definitely want to get these out of the way before I get busier as the summertime comes. But I had to take a pit stop and go to Costco. Y'all, they had these big old tomato plants for $13.99 each. So I got two. And I don't know if you guys know this about me, but in the summertime, I'm a bit of a gardener. I do a little bit of gardening in the summertime, and I will definitely be sharing more of that with you guys. I completely transformed our backyard last year so that it was a beautiful place to hang out, and now it has become a winter desert wonderland. So we need to get it cleaned up, and I'm hoping to do that with you guys. I came back home and decided to make these patches. My chain stitch machine was still set up to do chenille, so I decided to get one last patch in before I switched it over. And I really liked how these turned out. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching this week in my life, and I've been loving reading your guys' feedback, so please, if you care or hate me or love me, please leave a comment and let me know what you think. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!